Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Rebecca and I'm a Portuguese artist, and today I'm doing a tour of my Peachtober illustrations. Before we start, here are some of the materials that I used to create these paintings. A Kuretake pen, nib and ink, and some Winsor & Newton, Sennelier and Van Gogh watercolors. Oh, and some white gouache for details. For those who don't know, Peachtober is an art challenge hosted by Fair Little Peach that happens every year on the month of October. And I was able to draw all 31 days. Before October started, I made some thumbnail sketches for each prompt on Clip Studio Paint just so I wouldn't waste too much time coming up with ideas for each prompt. The first prompt was acorn, and I painted a witch sitting on an oak tree with acorns on an apron and feeding them to a squirrel. I wanted to keep the drawing simple and in a small size, so I'm using A5 watercolor paper. I wanted to make the painting more autumnal, so I used orange, brown and a pink color palette. Day 2 was kite, and with this one I had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to paint. It's not something I usually draw, and I did start one painting but decided to go with a simpler composition. With this drawing I tried to paint with watercolors first and then ink, but I think it's best to do lines first and then paint, so the ink doesn't bleed as much. I really like the color palettes, but I think I could have done better when it came to the illustration. Moving on to day 3, the prompt was slug. This was also a difficult prompt, and another one that I eventually changed, and I'm glad I did because it became one of my favorites. This was the previous idea that I had. And although I messed up a bit because I tried to do wet on wet technique, but didn't go very well with the paper. But the painting still looks nice. And I even used a fairy character on a later prompt. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. Day 4 was gingham, which I drew a girl drying her gingham skirts collection. And day 5 was poppy. Day 6 was ring, so I drew a ring of stars and used gold ink. Day 7 was strawberry. Day 8 was leaf. Day 9 was rope, and I wish I had prepared the colors better for this one. I thought of doing something inspired by Halloween, but I didn't do a good job picking the colors. That's okay, the whole point of an art challenge is to challenge yourself and experiment outside of your comfort zone. Day 10 was Critter, and I think this one turned out pretty cute. Day 11 was Seagull. Day 12 was Bark. Day 13 was Marble, and I wanted to draw something inspired by cemetery statues. I had a hard time picking the colors. I wanted autumnal vibes again, October, fall. So I picked yellow as a base, but didn't like it, so I tried painting it over, and I think it's a little better. Day 14, I was a lot happier with the colors, and the prompt was brush. Day 15 was aquarium. I didn't want to just draw an aquarium since the size of the paper was small and I wanted to focus on the fish. Day 16 is also one of my favorites, and the prompt was hatch, so I drew a witch with a dragon hatching from its egg. Day 17 was whistle. Day 18 was toad, and look at the cute little guy. Day 19 was melon. I like this one, even though it's quite simple design. Day 20 was truck. Day 21 was snowflake. Day 22, the prompt was webs, and I thought of the film Fantasia and the scene with the fairies making do on the spider webs. Day 23 was paper, so I drew a witch making origami. Day 24 was spots. Day 25 was stripes. Day 26 was bear. Day 27 was axe, and it was another difficult prompt for me, but I think it turned out okay. I thought about a character going into the forest and collecting wood for a fire. Day 28 was button. Day 29 was sour, another one that I really like. I like the pop of green and pink and the purple and black stripes. Day 30 was whiskers, so of course I drew a cat, and this is where I drew the fairy from day 3 again. And for last day, the prompt was ghost, and this was another one of my favorites. I like to think they're friends and just hanging out on Halloween night. I like to see the first painting and the last one side by side. I think they look quite nice together and they are complementary to each other, which wasn't planned. I only realized it after I painted it. And that's it for my Peachtober illustrations. I had a lot of fun doing them, even when it was frustrating at times with either the prompts or picking the colors. I hope you enjoyed the tour and tell me in the comments which paintings you like the most. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.